Okay, so now I'm back. Just had to punch in the address on the GPS. As I said, I'm going to the island of Dønna, which is a small island off the coast. What I'm driving now is called Fylkesvei 17, which is also called Kystriksveien. It's the coastal highway. It's also called one of the most beautiful stretches of road in the world. Not right here, obviously, but when you drive Fylkesvei 17, because the Fylkesvei 17 goes all the way from the county of Trøndelag, all along the coast, all the way up to Bodø. And this coastal stretch is very, very beautiful. There's lots of islands and mountains and very, very beautiful scenery. Yeah, it's I've driven it many times, and I think also that it's one of the most beautiful stretches of road in Norway. So if you're going to North Norway, please don't drive the E6, the Europe Road 6, because that's a really boring road. I mean, if you haven't been to Norway before, of course you will see mountains and you will see, you know, scenery, and you will probably think it's beautiful, but it's boring. It's just road, you know. It could be anywhere. Well, not quite, but you know what I mean. But if you drive along the coast, Fylkesvei 17, road number 17, whoops, sorry. That's the noise there. That's the sound of my truck saying that I'm deviating from the center line on the road. As you can see, there is no center line on this road, so it doesn't really make sense. This is, yeah, most roads in Norway. I have to switch off this function, but every time I stop the truck, it starts again. So yeah, that's what that noise was. So when you drive the road number 17, you will see so many beautiful places. But the negative thing about 17 is that there's a lot of ferries. Negative from a price point of view, but not from the experience of the experience of seeing North Norway. Because when you are on the ferries, you know, you can go out on deck and you can really get an overview of the beautiful coastline. So it's very, very beautiful scenic route. But the fact that it has, I don't remember the actual number of ferries, but I think it's like somewhere between 6 and 8 ferries or something in total, means that and the ferries in Norway are quite expensive, so that will make a dent in your budget if you're traveling on holiday. But at the same time, I think that if you drive the road number 17 at least once in your life, you know, it really is an experience for life. Because if you're lucky with the weather and you have clear weather, it will be something that you remember for the rest of your life, because it's really, really beautiful. Of course, I drive a lot in Norway, and I drive all the coast roads, and also in the West Norway we have many beautiful coast roads. And I remember one time I stopped for a break, because, you know, as you drive a truck you have to stop every 4.5 hours. You have to stop. I usually stop more often than that, but you have to stop to rest at least for 45 minutes every 4.5 hours. And you can do 2 of those passes, so 9 hours total you can drive. But once I stopped in West Norway near Molde, it's on the road that is called the Atlantic Road, and I talked to I think it was German cyclist, and I said, "Oh, what a shame that you had to experience the weather in this, experience this road in this terrible weather. And he said, "Are you kidding? This is the perfect weather to experience this stretch of road." And you know, this was really windy, it was raining, the waves were roaring, and he had a great time because he really got to see the nature, the elements running wild. And I can understand that. But I can also tell you that the Atlantic Road in sunshine or in the middle of the winter with calm seas and this beautiful pinkish light that we often get in the winter in Norway, it was, yeah, that's spectacular. Of course, a real storm is also spectacular, but you know, each to his own. So now we're driving out. You can see the road is opening up. As you can see, there's not a lot of houses in Norway. You know, there's far between the houses in Norway. And this probably has a lot to do with the way Norwegian people are perceived, I think, in the world, as being a little, yeah, what should I say, shy. But it's actually, I think it's more of the Norwegian way to be, because Norwegians are generally quite friendly. I think that most people who are lived in or have foreign people that have lived in Norway will say that Norwegian people are quite friendly, but we are not very extrovert. I think that most Norwegians are introverts, which means that, you know, they won't be the people talking the loudest, or you know, they won't be the center of the party. But if you talk to somebody and you get to know them, I think it's easy to form a friendship with Norwegians, because Norwegians are extremely honest people. That I think I can say. I've traveled a lot all over the world, and this seems, I just realized that I'm actually bragging. Okay, yes, I am bragging, but I think it's true that most Norwegians are quite honest people, naively so. I mean, it's very, maybe I shouldn't say this on the video because it may attract the wrong people, but most Norwegian peoples don't lock their doors. You know, that may sound strange to many, but we don't. And that is because we don't expect anything bad to happen. In Norway, it's actually the way that, you know, if you read the Norwegian papers, you can see things like a dog being hit by a car or something. It's all the small things that you wouldn't find in the foreign newspapers, you will find in Norwegian papers. And that is why, and the reason for this is that we don't really have a lot of crime in Norway. There's very little crime. And of course in the big cities it of course can happen, but it's not normal. And people are not afraid of each other. We're not afraid of strangers in Norway. Because we trust people, because nothing bad really happens. And Norway is one of the safest countries in the world. We have very, very few murders. We have very, very little robberies and crime in general. So this has led to the Norwegian people being very naively optimistic and trusting. Of course, we have seen instances that some people will come here and take advantage of that. But yeah, I think we will still. I am actually quite proud that we are so naive, because this means that we trust in the good in people, and this is, I feel, this is how the world should be. We should trust in the good in people. I'm not a religious man. I don't have anything against religion, but I'm myself not religious. This goes for, I would say, probably like 3/4 of the Norwegian population. is not religious. But at the same time, I think we're quite tolerant to other religions, because I would say, as a general rule in Norway, we try to be good people. Not because we are afraid of heaven or hell, not because we want the prize of coming to heaven or afraid of going to hell, but because this is the way to be. This is how we should treat each other. The society is a better place if we all are good people. Okay, I'm straying off here into philosophy, but yeah, that's Norwegians for you. I think as I said, many people, most people I think in Norway are introverts, and introverts often like to engage in conversations about deeper meanings. So that's that. Okay, here we are coming to
Etter 300 meter,
ferry.
ta fergen.
So this is the first of several ferries I will take. This is pretty much a standard ferry place in Norway. You line up, and the ferries, yeah, it depends on how often they go. Today is Sunday, so it doesn't really go often, I would think. I haven't checked the table, but probably once every couple of hours or something. So now I have to wait, and yeah, and then I'll switch on the video later.